Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, what am I working on now? I'm working on wondering what to do next. You ever wind up with so many things to do, you just don't really know what to do next? I'm kind of in that predicament at the moment. I have my Kia Soul, which that was that project back shoot in the winter time. I swapped over engines and transmissions, and then that's when we decided we were going to be moving, and had so many things going on. I kind of put that on a back burner. I have to replace the dashboard in it. Not that I have to, but I want to. I took the dashboard out of the wreck car that I had, and I want to swap that into this car. And I pulled the whole interior out. The interior was beyond needing a cleaning. So I took the whole interior out and power washed everything and went from there. So actually in my garage here, over there, as you see, there's the dashboard sitting on the two front seats. Now that car is actually over in my other garage that I have on the property here. And it's just sitting there. So I got to put that back together. That's probably going to be my next project. But let me just tell you everything I got going on here. So I got the Hornet and I got the Camaro. There's the Hornet and there's the Camaro. Now the Hornet I'm going to pull apart. The Camaro I'm going to pull apart. The Camaro is a 6-speed manual with a 5.7 liter. It is a real Z28. But it's probably one of the least desirable Camaros ever made. So what am I doing with that car? Okay, like I said, it's a 6-speed manual. So I actually plan on converting that car to an automatic. What? Why would I do that? All right, let me explain it. I have a 6-liter right here. That's a 6-liter. That's a 6-liter. That's a 5.3. And then in my little tool room back here, I actually have another 5.3. All of these engines have to be gone through. This is my little extra tool room here. That's my buddy's cart that I helped him move down here. He just needed a place to keep it for now, so that's why it's staying right there. But yeah. All of these engines have to be going through. This engine, this 6-liter, had a misfire. I think it might have eaten a cam, I'm not sure. But I got to take it apart to find out what's wrong with it. That 6-liter, I never heard it run, but supposedly it ran, and it ran fine. And it had like 120,000 miles on it, but it came from a van, and it got wrecked. So attached to it is a 4L80 transmission. So my thought behind it is I want to take the Camaro. I want to build the 6-liter for it. Nothing crazy, just like a stock build with a cam, something mild. But something that'll, be a little stout. Possibly build the tranny with like a trans brake and stuff like that, and make that car into like a bracket type car. Nothing super fast, but something that's consistent that I can take to the drag strip, and it'll just hunt down a consistent number. Let's just say 1150s, naturally aspirated, something like that. Something that'll be very consistent and run 1150s quarter mile. I don't even know what that equates to an 1/8 mile. I've never run 1/8 mile. I have no idea. 1/8 mile is more prevalent around here, let me tell you that. It's very hard to find a quarter mile track. I don't even know if there are any around. So, that's that. So, but why take the 6-speed out? Well, the Hornet's a manual tranny. It's a 3-speed manual. It's an inline 6-cylinder. So, I'm going to do something that's going to affect a lot of people in the AMC world. It's a joke, really, but I'm going to turn that car into a mule. What I want to do is I want to take the 6-speed out of the Camaro, use it for the Hornet. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to build a 6-liter for it. I'm going to build build a 5.3 also. And then also I have access to a 4-liter that I plan on putting in that car. Excuse me. And then also I have a AMC 401 that I still got to go pick up. Rob, I'll get there eventually. Sorry. But I got a 401 I got to pick up, and I want to build that up. So all of these motors and stuff, I want to do that, get that project going. But I want to get the Camaro, I think, because I think that'll actually be probably the easiest one to actually get back on the road. So I'm going to probably start ripping that car apart first. But what I'm going to probably do is take one of these motors and bring it to my job. Now, also, I think the Camaro has the better rear in it. I don't know yet. I'm going to find out. If it blows up, it blows up once I put it together. So be it. Then I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I don't even know what gears are in that car. I'm going to figure that out. But I do have this. That is a Ford Explorer rear end that I'm going to be putting into the Hornet. Now that Explorer rear end is actually too wide. It's got to be shortened. One tube on one side, and I believe it's this tube, is longer than that tube. And you actually got to cut that tube, shorten it, and install a right side axle in the left side. I believe that's how it works. I'm not 100%, but I believe that's how it works. I have to look it up. But I have an axle for it and everything else. So that's also on the agenda. It's all stuff I got to get done. So, and then, oh, and this compressor I got sitting here. This compressor, I got to fix the mounts. As you see, the compressor heads fell off of it during a move, but I have to mount everything back in place. That's actually a dental style air compressor. I don't know what kind of PSI that thing's going to have, but it's heavy, let me tell you. And what I want to do is I want to get that thing set up and have that ready to use, because that thing actually has a dryer system on it that, and I believe it's its own like AC compressor system to dry the air. So that's a pretty capable AC compressor. I don't know what kind of pressure it's going to put out, but I figure once I can get that thing going, I can figure all of that out. But that's something else I got to fix. So it's just a lot of little projects going on, but it's a matter of figuring out what am I going to do with what. So I think starting next weekend, I think it'll be a good weekend to get the Kia at least done so we can actually get it on the road. I can use the extra car. And then I'm going to probably start ripping the Camaro apart. Now the transmission for it is only rated to like, I want to say 400 foot-pounds of torque, 425, something like that. But you can beef them up. It's actually a good transmission to beef up. So I got to look into that and see what's actually involved in doing that. But yeah, for now, I got to just start moving stuff around and figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and just make a plan of attack. But this 1.6 liter here, the one that had the misfire, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare that and stick that in the back of my truck so I can take it to work. Because at least at work, when I have downtime at work, I can start taking it apart and fiddling with it. So, all right. That's pretty much it. All right, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.